How you doing? Hey, so who do we have here? Roberto?
How are you, Cedric?
How you doing?
Doing great. Yourself?
Yeah, I'm really good, thank you.
Been too long. Great to see you again.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while that I didn't do live calls. We've had a really busy summer. We bought a new house and now we are doing walks and all that. So it kept busy. And it's not over yet. But almost. I'm almost back to full throttle.
Nice. Right on.
All right, cool. We had a few more people in the call and they've gone missing. So I don't know if this is my setup or theirs. Anyway, we should begin pretty soon. Let me just open the thing. So have you explored these applications like Bolt, Lovable, and stuff like that?
No.
It's really quite amazing. It's really good for the front end part of it. So let me just open up presentation. We are done here. Hi Dan, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing well. How are you, Cedric?
I'm really well, thank you.
Good,
Good to
good.
see you again.
Likewise.
All right. So I was just asking a question to Roberto as he explored the different applications like the Lovable and Bolt.new, etc. And the answer was no. Have you tried it yourself, Dan?
No, I haven't had any experience with that. I've been busy doing other things, but actually, this is my week to get back into all this AI madness.
Yeah, like almost likewise. We bought a new house and all that. So I was really busy throughout the summer. And still,
Oh, congratulations on the
yeah,
new house.
thanks. So, well, okay, we have Patrick here as well. So we'll begin. So did you see the cold emailing application? Let me just share my screen. The one that's inside the course and inside the white labeling section. If you haven't, I'm going to just demonstrate it right now so you know what we are about to build.
I have been through that myself, but a refresher would always be great.
All right, so it's inside the classroom, cold emailing. No, it's not here, sorry. It's inside the white labeling packs. And here we have the demo tool. So basically that's a very simple application designed to just present what we are doing. In fact, it's a mini app. It's not designed to be sold or to be a SaaS product. It's designed to be able to explain what we are doing better. So let's put a website in it. Let's say Apollo. Just because of that here. So that's going to be Apollo, and I'm going to get the URL. And here I'll paste it inside the website URL. And here, as you can see, this is scraping the website data, analyzing and doing the marketing strategy, identifying opportunities and generating the email sequence. So that we can actually tell people, we can show people rather than tell. And you will see that this is not that complicated. You don't have to be a developer, or you don't have to do anything really special in order to make it work. But what's really important is to be able to design the prompt properly. So there you go. Here we have the analysis is complete. So we have the website data, which has been scribed. We have the content. We have the business analysis. So Apollo sales, blah, blah, blah. Target audience, the sales method, the niche, what do they need more of, the marketing angle, the expected campaign performance, and then the different people found within the company. And here we can click and also reveal emails. I didn't plug that yet, the API to reveal emails, because I'm frightened that people may just abuse it. But I will show you how to do it. So let me just open up the presentation. Can you see the presentation here?
Yep.
All right, cool. So the core principle is that this is basically the prompt that's doing everything. So we don't need to write any code from scratch. We just need to be able to describe the features and the data needs. And you will see that in terms of data, this is really, really important to be specific. And then the AI handles the heavy lifting. This is kind of true. Well, I would like to say that this is true, but this is not 100% accurate. The AI handles the front end, but we get n8n to handle the back end. So basically, this is all powered by n8n. And the advantage of doing that is that we can manipulate the data a lot better than if we were to do it directly in the AI app creator. We are going to use bolt.new for this demonstration. We could be using Lovable. Now there are quite a few. I find that Bolt is doing a really good job, and especially since they've updated it to GPT-5. So just to be clear, these kind of applications, they would be really hard to sell as a SaaS product. I'll show you different ways to monetize them. So our job is to provide a clear, detailed prompt. We act as an architect, not the actual construction worker. You will see that sometimes we need to just dive a little bit deeper, and we actually need to go into the code and edit a few bits and pieces, but this is like really, very simple. It's really, really straightforward. So that's the demo app. I've just shown you how it works. So that's basically our goal. We'll create an AI-powered tool for sales and outreach. So we are just inputting the website URL. We could do it differently. Like we could input a person's name and then get the system to find their email addresses, then scrape the website, and basically do it the other way around. Instead to focus on the company, we focus on people. But as this is to demo the cold emailing solution, it's better to do it this way. It's less error prone, because let's say that you are talking to a lead and this lead cannot be found. You're going to have to find another lead within the same company and then go and do it again. As opposed to scraping the website, they will directly see what you're about to demonstrate. The only reason why this wouldn't work is if they block scrapers, or if they have like some weird technology on their website and it can't be scraped. Except from that, it's working like 100% of the time. So the demo is going to showcase the live AI integration. I'll show you how we display the data dynamically and how we create a really attractive user interface. So here is what it does. We've already seen it. Do you have like a sample website that you want to test? Something that's known, not something that no one has ever heard of.
We can use my website if you want to test it.
Let's see if you can be found.
Yeah.
All
Thebestmedia.com.
what did you say?
Thebestmedia.com.
So let
Yeah.
me just type it in here. That's a nice domain name.
Yeah, I had it for like 24 years now.
Yeah, it's probably an expensive one now.
And I actually remember testing this tool like a month or two ago when you first sent it out, but I haven't been active in it. So I did actually test this. It worked well when I did it.
Did it find you?
Yes.
All right, cool. So we'll let it do its thing, and we'll continue with the presentation. All right, cool. So the first step is to design the user workflow. So let me just show you the actual prompt so you can understand how this is all structured, because this is important. We'll see. I'll give you this presentation. So that's the prompt. Here. So that's basically all we need to do. We just need to copy this and paste it inside bolt.ai. And this is going to create the front end. So basically, we design the app by just providing the workflow. So we'll input a URL. We need a start button. We need a loading animation. We need a backend API call that we specifically need to mention that this is going to be using a n8n webhook. And then we process the data, display the data. We only need to mention the way we want the data to be displayed without going too much into like design details. Because from what I've noticed in testing those different apps, it seems to me like there is an underlying prompt which is creating the design. So you can obviously change the colors, change the layout, change the different kinds of animations that you want. But out of the box, it always produces the same kind of results, which makes me think that on top of the prompt that we provide the system, there is an underlying prompt that's been used inside the application in order to create an attractive front end. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Let's see. Oh yeah, you have found.
Yes.
Is this accurate?
For the most part, yeah.
Yeah, that seems really accurate. All right. Need more digital marketing consultation and lead reactivation consultation. I'm not sure about that. Oh yeah. Did its thing. Anyway, let's continue with the build. So here we obviously need to input the data requirements, and that's really, really specific. So that's the most important part, in fact, because the display is rather easy. As I've mentioned, I think there is an underlying prompt which always makes it kind of looking good. But manipulating the data and displaying the data is a different story. So you first need to think about the data, the workflow, the data, and then the design and the UI element. So let me just go back to the presentation here. So first, we need to obviously define the user workflow. So for our stuff, we need to start with when the app opens with a clear call to action. And then there is a loading animation. And then when the button is clicked, the app fetches and displays the data from the backend. Then the questions that we need to ask: what's the main user action? What visual feedback does the user need? That's really, really important because you don't want them clicking on the button just multiple times and they don't see what's happening. And what's the final output? Next, we want to define the data structure, as I've mentioned previously. So this is, you can have a specific prompt to to design the data structure, and then embed the result of that prompt into the overall prompt in order to use that when you're deploying the application. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, like for instance, you go inside ChatGPT and you say, I'm expecting to receive first name, last name, email, company name, the marketing analysis, what do they need more of, marketing angles, etc., and so on and so forth. Provide me a JSON format that I can feed into an AI app generator, and then you paste the result within the overall prompt in order to get the data structure. It sounds complicated, but this is very easy. Next, we need the backend engine. So that's using n8n. So basically, n8n is the bridge. So this is what connects the front end and the back end. So we're obviously using nodes as our building blocks. And the workflow has 4 main parts. I'll show you the actual workflow. You will see that it's exactly the same one as the one we are using for cold emailing. But instead to put the data inside Smart Lead or inside Go High Level, we basically get the webhook to receive a response node. We get the application to use whatever data is inside the response node. And that's basically what's being fed inside the front end to show the results. Okay. So that's the prompt. I've already demonstrated that. So now I'm going to actually create the application so that you can see it working. And then I'll detail the n8n workflow. So first of all, I'm going to get the prompt. So this is the one. So here we have 2 tabs. I'll give you this document so that you can test it for yourself as well. We have this prompt and the thought process. So the thought process is for you to be able to create your own prompt as well, even though you already get the structure. So here I'm going to copy the whole lot. And I'm going to open up Bolt. That's not expensive. This is like $20 per month or something like that. And it's priced per token. So it's a bit like using ChatGPT API, but in fact, it's really quite difficult to run out of tokens. So that's going to be the one. So look, only just opened up their website. I created an account, and then I'm just copying the prompt with the exact same structure of the stuff you are getting. And here I'm going to let it do its thing. And in the meantime, I'm going to detail the n8n workflow. So can you see the n8n workflow here?
Yeah.
Hey, Joao, how you doing? I will know how it is to build. Yeah, it's really easy. As you can see, I've just created a well-structured prompt, then pasted the prompt inside this thing with the proper data structure. And here I have the n8n workflow. So that's a single workflow. And here I have this webhook. I'll show you how to modify that. But some of you already familiar with the process. So basically, we are just pinging this webhook, and then we are making a request. And then here, this is an HTTP request, which is basically the beginning of the scraper. So we get the content of the website. We check if the website has an error or if it doesn't have an error. If it has an error, we try again using AP file. If it doesn't, we extract the HTML body, and then we remove the extra tag, convert everything to Markdown so that it's easily readable. Here in this node, we make sure that we don't exceed 20,000 tokens. So we basically truncate everything if this is too long. And then here we are doing exactly the same as we were doing for the cold emailing workflow. So answer the following questions as best as you can. So we feed the website data markdown into this node. And here we get it to answer is this B2B or B2C, detail of what they are selling, who are they targeting, how do they sell their product or services, do they sell by appointment or e-commerce or otherwise. And this is basically what we get here. It's the same stuff as the enrichment process that we are already using for Go High Level and Smart Lead. And then as the next step, we have the suggested marketing angle. So that's the same principle. We use a basic LLM node. Here we have the category. So again, this is the same. We'll provide the category based on the website's data. Here we check if they are lead dependent. So if they are lead dependent, we will know. And here we have, so this is a little bit different because we are now structuring the data in order to match the data that we, basically this JSON that we've provided inside the prompt. And here we are structuring everything using a very convenient tool, which is basically an information extractor. I don't think you've seen me using that one before. But this is really, really good because you can basically, from a very simple prompt, you can define the different answers and the different pieces of data that you want. For instance, yeah, let me just show you an execution so you understand what I mean by that. So extract information. So here we have the so Roberto, that's your website. And here we extract the data. Is this B2B or B2C? So the description is critical because this is what's being used by the AI in order to provide the data in a structured manner, just like that. The sales method, again, we have a precise description, organization type, need more of, product details, target audience, current strategy, niche, suggested marketing angles, and company's name. So now everything is structured properly. So in the event that we wouldn't get the data to render properly on the front end, we just need to copy this, go to ChatGPT and say, provide me a JSON data format for front end using this specific data. And that's basically what we can copy and paste inside the bolt.new or inside Lovable or inside whatever you want. There are now quite a few of those applications. And that's the most difficult part. And here also as a next step, we have an additional layer. So this one is to search people inside apollo.io. So if you were to stop just here, it would be fine. You would have all the company's data and everything that you need to display the marketing angles and basically the websites being scraped, the different the niches, etc. But if you want to impress a little bit more, you need to actually show that people can be found as well, and that we can find email addresses. So here we have the people search. So this is a simple API call made inside apollo.io. So don't be frightened by that. It's actually very, very simple. And here as the next step, we aggregate everyone. Here we have just a little bit of code just to make sure the data is structured properly. So for instance, if the email address hasn't been found for someone, or if we lack information about someone, there is no point displaying informations that are not accurate or that are not complete. So this is just basically a cleanup. And then from that cleanup, we get the data to be parsed properly. And then here we create the email sequence, just like we usually do. And now there is something that's really, really important. This last node here, we usually don't have that when we use Go High Level or when we use Smart Lead or even Google Sheet or whatever it is that you're using for cold emailing. Instead, we have a response to webhook, and this response to webhook contains all the data that has been previously created and structured exactly the same way as what the front end expects. The only difference is that when you are using this webhook at the beginning of the workflow, usually we don't respond to anything. Here we just need to make sure that we using respond to webhook node. So when it runs, it expects to get an answer here. And this answer is being fed back inside the front end. Does that make sense? Do you have questions? No questions? It's really straightforward. It's really like a two-step process, three-step process. First one, creating the prompt with the flow and everything. And next, creating the data structure. And then next, just making sure that you have a workflow with a webhook that's been pinged and expecting the response to webhook that sends the data back into the front end. That's basically it. Very, very simple. Like if we were to build solar estimate calculator, or if we were to build a real estate estimate calculator, it would be exactly the same principle. Here, instead to have the cold emailing generator, we could simply have a prompt to create the calculator. The person enters the email address here, or the postal address here, and then start analysis or get my estimate or get a code. And then they click on that button, and then the n8n workflow is being pinged using a webhook, and then the answer and the data gets fed back inside the front end, and that's basically it. I think I need to start building it before I can know what I need to ask. Yeah, the most important is really the structure. Yeah, I've been messing around quite a fair bit with this thing, and if you start and say, build me a front end, or I want it to look like this, or I want it to look like that, without actually giving it a context of what it is expected to do and what kind of data is it going to be working with, you're going to be wasting a lot of time. As opposed to having like a really well-structured prompt gives you a result that you can use pretty much immediately. Yeah, the only thing that's a little bit painful is that sometimes the data is not coming through properly. So you need to go inside this respond to webhook, see what's the structure here, then copy this, then go to ChatGPT or Claude. I use Claude a lot more than ChatGPT nowadays, and then say, I have this data coming from a respond to webhook node in n8n, and I need to pass that into a front end, provide me the data structure. Then it's going to provide you the data structure. Then you go back into bolt.ai and you say, my data structure has been changed. Here is the new data that you need to map. It's very, very simple. So you let it run all the way till the end, and then you get the data from the execution, paste it back in here, and then ask the system to basically adjust it for you. Now, here, as you can see, we have something that looks really good, just like that, like with just pasting this prompt. There are just a couple of things that we need to do in order to make it work properly. First of all, we've defined in the prompt, we are using post request that's going to be made to n8n webhook URL, so that we'll need to modify this data. So instead to use the basically the placeholder that's being used inside the code, we are going to replace it with the webhook that we have at the beginning of our workflow. So here you don't need to mess around with the test URL. We are not going to use that at all. Instead, we are going to use real executions. So you can go straight and copy the production URL. Then you copy this. You go back to Bolt. And then here, you'll see that it's specified where you need to change it. And it always does that. So this is really convenient. You don't need to like mess around and go inside the code and look it up for yourself. It tells you where to get it. So here we have the preview. Here we have the code. So here, as we can see, we have the sources, and then we have services, and then we have API.ts. We just open up this one, and here, as you can see, we have two different things that we can change. So the first one is this one. So it's the one that runs the whole workflow. So I'll change this one here. And here, this is if I want to reveal the email, like that's the one I haven't plugged yet, but I will show you how to do that. So here you see we have Roberto, and here we have a reveal email button. And if I click this button, I should see the email. This is not plugged, as I've mentioned, because I don't want people to start messing around with the system and like using my Apollo credits just to see if this is working. So this is basically a different API call, which is very simple. So reveal email is basically just another API call made to another n8n workflow. You don't even need to use this one if you don't want to. But like if you want to show off a bit to clients, say, hey, an email can be found. Here is how we find yours. And you just need to replace this webhook URL here. And this is going to be triggered each time someone clicks on this reveal email button. So this is like a one-off. So it doesn't reveal all emails within the list. It reveals emails one by one. Make sense?
Yep.
And that's basically it. It's really that simple. The next step is just to make sure you publish it. So you click this publish button. All right. And now this is going to push it, and this is going to provide us with a URL. Yeah, it's built. Yeah, it's not .js. Yeah. There you go. That's the one. And so I'm not going to do it now because this is already plugged to an existing workflow. But this is basically exactly the same. So here you paste a website, start analysis, and this is going to provide exactly that. So was that difficult?
You make it sound so easy.
No, it's really not difficult. For me, the most difficult part has always been the front end. Like when I had SaaS products, I didn't want to touch that. I spent a fortune on like UX and UI designers and stuff because this is for me a big pain in the ass. And this basically solves the problem for like smaller products. I don't think this is quite at the level of, I don't think we can sell those apps, let's be honest. I don't think there is any way that you can turn that into a SaaS product. Unless you are going to spend like a couple of weeks on it and like building pages by pages and reading, putting in the work, and then having reliability issue because this hasn't been tested thoroughly, etc., etc. But for small products and demonstration and MVPs, this is like, that's unbelievable. Like in 10 minutes, you can have an application like that up and running.
And this analysis complete page is included with the bulk design, I guess. They take care of that as well. Everything you showed us, right?
The what?
See how this is a new page. This is analysis complete. I'm assuming that this part of the design, all that is taken care of with bulk as well.
Yeah. No, the scraper is in n8n. Just to summarize, the front end is on Bolt. When we click this button, it triggers a workflow inside n8n. This workflow is basically responding with data. This data is being sent inside the front end in order to be displayed. So everything that you see within this page has been processed within n8n. And this is basically the content of the data coming from the response to webhook node.
I guess my question should be, if we want to see how niche has like the yellow colors, the needs has like green, marketing has purple. Is all that? Did you instruct that, or was that automatically done?
No, I think I didn't instruct that. Just gave broad guidelines. Like I want a modern looking appearance, I want cards, I want shadows, etc. But like, for instance, if I say to this thing, I don't like the way it looks, I would like a dark. Oh, I pressed the button too early. A dark theme with flashy colors, yet modern appearance. Let's see. Here, if you wanted to have a logo, you just need to add the logo inside the files, and this is going to add the logo onto the page. It's pretty amazing. But now with the new GPT-5 codecs and all that, so it has begun changing the appearance. Yeah, let me just show you a full execution. Just wait a second, just to see. This is going to look like. But yeah, basically, you can do anything you want. And you can even like choose a website you like and just add it as an image and ask the system to replicate the look of this website. Or you can go inside ChatGPT and you can, or Claude.ai, and you can say, I'm going to create an app and I want it to look similar. Give me a description that I can use within an AI app generator in regards to the color, the theme, and all that. And this is going to replicate it. I've created a marketing funnel this way. But the only issue is that the one-click upsell is a little bit difficult to implement. So I stuck with what I'm already using now, which is Go High Level. But basically, this created all the pages, like the sales page, the checkout page, the upsells pages, and the thank you page was all created by the system with the copy inside it, the whole lot. So like if you don't have a checkout process, so there you go. See, this is looking really neat. I mean, if you have to pay someone to do that, just this page is going to cost you like 3 days of work and manpower.
Yeah.
And going back and forth. And I don't like this color and this gradient is a bit too flashy and the classic stuff. Yeah, let me just show you an execution, Kali, so that you can see what this is actually doing. So we used Roberto's website, but I will show you other executions too. So here we have this webhook that basically receives the website URL from bolt.new. And then as the next step, we have the scraper. So here we have a get method with the actual website. Next, we have the error. So is the website scraped or not? If it is scraped, we extract the HTML body, just like that. And then we make sure that this is clean. So we remove all the extra tags. And then we convert everything to Markdown. We make sure that we truncate it and we clean it again so that we don't exceed the token windows. And here we are just getting the AI to answer different questions. I'm not going to go into details here because we've already covered it, but it's exactly the same as the cold emailing workflow that we are already using. So the website data, the marketing angles, category, What do they need more of? Are they lead dependent or not? And then here, this one is really specific, and this one is like super, super important. It's the information extractor. So we basically give it a prompt where we pass all the previous data. And then here we have the different attributes, and these are being defined using a precise description. And when this has been executed, we get properly formatted data, just like that. And then as the next step, we search people within that company. And then we aggregate everyone just to make sure this is inside one given page. Clean up everything. And here we create the email sequences, and then we pass everything back inside a response to webhook. So this is the data that we pass inside this response to webhook, and this is basically what's being fed inside the front end. So inside this page. So if you check here and here, this is exactly the same stuff. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So now, how do we monetize that? Well, as I've mentioned before, in my opinion, this isn't ready to be sold as a SaaS product, and I wouldn't take the risk to use this thing and like put a subscription tag on it. But in terms of lead generation, this is really good because we can like create real-time saving calculator, website SEO graders, real-time like everything where a calculation might be required or where people might have curiosity. We can basically build a system that will generate leads at the back of that. Because the exact same way that we used here with the response to webhook, we can use the same process and basically push that lead inside Go High Level and then trigger like an SMS campaign saying, hey, I've noticed that you're looking for solar installation in wherever they live and that you could be saving X amount of money a year, and that you will have a payback time of 7.5 years. Would you like to hear more, or could we set up an appointment, or and basically do exactly the same stuff as what we are doing with the AI SaaS platform, but with a much smarter lead generation process. And now, if we brand this basically lead generation engine, we can also sell it as a branded mini app for businesses. Like, do you want your own solar calculator? So I'm just reading. Okay. Basically, the cold emailing workflow, the website. Yeah, so basically in the cold emailing workflow, the lead, sorry, I'm not sure I understand the question properly. Yeah, that's correct. So Akash was asking if this is connected to Go High Level. But no, in this case, this is just coming from the website. The website is being scraped. Then we get the data to be processed by the n8n workflow. And we get the n8n workflow to send the data back to the front end. And that's where it stops. This is just a demonstration. If we were to use it in the context of like lead generation engine, we can quite easily have another n8n workflow. So we could just add another n8n workflow doing exactly the same, applying exactly the same principle. Say, let's say I would like to add my a lead to a CRM using an n8n workflow. This is going to be an email plus first name. And basically what this is going to do, this is going to adjust the front end, and then this is going to adjust the API code here. And as you can see, it's very, very easy. CRM lead API. And then here we just need to change this webhook URL to make sure that we push the lead inside Go High Level. Very, very easy. See, add the CRM lead capture functionality. There you go. So technical implementation. We have a new API endpoint, which we'll need to change. So that's going to be the webhook URL. And then we have the different pieces of data. So CRM lead data, CRM lead response. We have even an email format validation, which we didn't request, but it planned it. So this is great. So all we need to do is to replace this URL by the n8n webhook URL, and this is basically it. Very, very simple. So this thing, I think it's quite reasonable to sell it for like 1,500. They don't need to know that this is built by AI. And you can also create apps for yourself, like exactly like this one, in order to demonstrate what you're about to do, rather than trying to explain what you're about to do. Like for me, that speaks a lot better than having to say, okay, we'll scrape the website data, and then this is going to conduct a business analysis, and then we'll see who are your clients, what's your niche, what do they need more of, etc., etc. Here they can quite easily read it, and then you can send this URL, which you can change, by the way. You can also connect your own domain and say, hey, we've just had a call. If you want to try it out for yourself and try a couple of clients, here is the URL. And then you can also like add a calendar where they can book a calendar and you can close them on the call. Make sense? So did you find that complicated? Do you see the possibilities here?
Absolutely.
It's pretty incredible. And this is going to get even better. Do you have any questions for me? No questions.
My only question, Cedric, is how are you using this exactly? Like all three of those ways, I guess, or is there one that really stands out?
For me, so I have solar clients, so I've built solar calculators. So let me just show you, in fact. So I generate leads with this thing. And I've also sold it to be branded. So during the call, you demonstrate how this works, and they go like, shit, this thing knows the solar exposition, and you know, all the data that we basically get from Google, but they don't have to know that. And then they can slap their logo on it. And then they can have the leads to be sent directly inside their CRM. And then they see that and they go like, well, what else can it do?
Yeah.
Well, you're not going to lose another lead because with the CRM system that we've connected, you have follow-up sequences, etc., etc. So this is just the front-facing system. And then obviously, I'm selling ads on top of that.
Very nice.
Yeah. And that's basically the best way I think we can monetize this type of applications. Because like saying, oh yeah, we're going to create a full-blown cold emailing system using this stuff, this is not going to be solid enough. This is not going to be robust enough. We're going to encounter problems and problems. Maybe not, I might be wrong, but from what I've seen, this is not like, it's not a great architect, but it's a really cool worker. This is by far great. I'm glad you liked it, Joel. Yeah, no complications. Yeah, and if you encounter complications, you're only going to mess about for like 30 minutes, 1 hour going back and forth with ChatGPT or Claude.ai, and just. By the way, I didn't show how to do that, but this is like if you encounter issues, all you need to do is to click this button here, Cloud, and then copy this and go to ChatGPT, paste it, and then explain the problem that you're encountering. Say the data structure is missing XYZ. Press, this is going to adjust it. Then you get the result, paste it back in here. And when you apply modifications, you get the save button. So obviously, if you don't apply any modification, the save button disappears. Save it, and then this is going to apply the changes that you've mentioned. And what's really cool is that it doesn't take into consideration only the stuff that it created. So like if you amend anything inside the code and then you make another request in the chat, this is going to basically use the context of the stuff you've changed in order to provide you a better or a debugged version. So it's really cool, really, really cool. I saw a node called lead dependent to check if the business is dependent on leads. Are you using this info? No, it's I don't think it is in there. It is in the workflow because this is just a workflow that I've copied and pasted from the cold emailing workflow. And this one triggered an error. Let's see why this is. Oh yeah, this happens sometimes. So this is going to run again. Yeah, no, the lead dependent stuff is not on the front end. This is not used, it's just for us. It was initially added in there for lead reactivation campaigns to offer lead reactivation campaigns. But this hook has stopped working really quickly. Like the hook of saying I will reactivate leads that are dormant in your database or that are dead in your database. So it's not used anymore. The resources, I'm not sure how I'm going to do that. I'll perhaps add, I'll tell you what, I'll add it inside the classroom, inside the live course section, and I will give you this presentation as well, so that you have the structure and you also have the prompts. As I've mentioned previously, the most important part of that is really the prompt. And the way the prompt is structured and the thought process behind the prompt. And that's like 99% of the job. All right, cool. So this one was quite a short, 1 hour. I was going to say this was a short presentation, but not that short. If you have questions, as always, you can ping me in the messages. As soon as the recording is ready, I'll add it inside the classroom section. Akash, I don't know if you were here when I've detailed the way the prompt is structured. I'll go over it again because, as I've said, the prompt is really the most important part of the process. So inside the prompt, so I'll show you the thought process here. Have you seen this document, or you joined too late? Yeah, you joined a bit late, perhaps. So basically, the thought process is to start with the why and the what. So what does the app do? What should the user be able to do? Like the high level functionality. And then just draw the user's journey. So just what do they want to do and in which order you want the stuff to be done. Then define the contract. So when I say contract, is basically the way you talk to the backend and the way you receive answer from the backend and the way it is displayed on the front end. So this is the data structure. So this is anything that you might feel relevant to display. Organize everything and then make sure that you get that as a JSON. And then the last stuff is the design. As I've mentioned before, the design, after testing a few different apps and building a few different apps with this stuff, it always kind of look similar. Like, see, it's always. So I think that the design is embedded, the prompt is already embedded. Inside, there is basically an underlying prompt just for the look and the feel of those apps. And that's a prompt that we don't control. Let's see if I get back onto the project. It turned really. I would leave it as such. I think that this is looking nice. Yeah, obviously, because we changed we requested Gmail, but the CRM lead API is not plugged in. So this is going to be a little bit disturbing. But if I was going to change the look and the feel of the app completely, it wouldn't do it. like it would stay within what it knows. Yeah, I'm going to give you the whole lot. You're going to get this, basically this Google Doc and the presentation, so you can test it out for yourself. Cool. Do you have any questions? Anything that you would like me to cover? Yeah, Joe, I'm listening. Yeah, it's the same cold emailing workflow, but as I've mentioned previously, we need a way to display the data inside the front end, so inside our app. So instead to have like a Go High Level node or SmartNet node or Google Sheet or Airtable, we have respond to webhook, and this respond to webhook node contains the data that's been passed back inside the front end. And the only thing that you need to pay attention to is that the first webhook node is not quite the same as usually. Here we use this respond to webhook node. So when you do that, you can't even save the workflow if you don't have a respond to webhook node at the end of it. You're welcome. All right, cool. I'll wrap up the call if you don't have any additional questions. And I'll put everything inside the school group. It's going to be in the live call or call recording section here. You're welcome. My pleasure. Thanks. Bye-bye. I'll see you next week. The support calls are back on. So they are on Tuesday. And as always, if you have any questions in the meantime, just send me a message. You're welcome.
Cedric.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
When will I post it? As soon as the recording is ready. It usually takes a couple of hours. Bye-bye. Yeah, have a good day. That's the beginning of the day for you, half of the day. Beginning of the night for us. Bye-bye. See you next week. Yeah, crossed midnight.